today we're going to work on the legs and opening up the hips. And I want you to just lay down on your back and bring your knees up to wherever you are able to. We're just going to take a couple breaths here. Let the legs calm down. Put your hands on your knees and just collapse them. And we're just going to take a couple breaths, and this is to relax your heart. You're also stretching out your lower back, your root chakra, your spine, your abdominals. And while you're doing this, you can flex and point your feet to begin stretching out the bottoms of your feet. And we're going to do some ankle circles. And go your own pace here, nice and slow. Especially if you have sore feet or sore ankles or sore knee, you might feel how it's connected to which tendon is pulling on that area to make it sore. You might feel it if you pay attention to it. And now we're going to switch direction. Alright, now from here you want to take your yoga strap. You're going to drop the left foot down onto the ground, and we're going to put the strap around the right foot. Alright, and you want to extend the left foot straight out, but keep the foot flexed and keep the legs squeezed tight, the glutes squeeze and your core tight here. That way you stay active and connected to your body. Now if your leg is way down here, that's okay. Maybe you can't straighten your leg up all the way because your hamstrings are still tight. That's okay. If you have really tight hamstrings and you can't put your foot even up this far, then you need to stretch your hamstrings before you do this pose. Alright, and to stretch the hamstrings, you can just sit up and lean forward and just allow the hamstrings to stretch. Okay, so we're going to come up here. After you've done that, then you work on stretching your leg out. And we're just going to do really tiny circles. And this is to open up your hips. And it's to realign your hips. You're working on your chakras down here, your root chakra, your sacral, and your solar plexus. You can concentrate, nice deep breathing here. You can go your own pace, and it's really, really tiny circles. Okay, you don't want to jump into the big ones because what happens is you cause injury by going farther than you're able to, because you haven't warmed up any of those locations yet. Alright, so nice deep circles, nice deep breaths. And by deep, I mean deep circle, I mean make sure you go through every single area of that hip joint. Right, go as far as you can, and you're going to feel very quickly the hips starting to open up. Alright, keep your foot flexed, keep your leg muscles engaged, keep your core engaged. going to stop here and we're going to go the other direction. Okay, now we're going to stop. I want you to bring your hand down one loop so the leg is going to drop a little bit. And we're going to do a little bit bigger circle. And use the strap to guide you. Now you might feel some cracking there. That's okay, that's usually just the tendon rolling over. You should not feel any pain. If you feel any pain, don't go as big in the circle. Alright? Nice and slow. Keep the core engaged, keep your legs engaged. Glute squeeze. And again, we're just going to do 8 of them. And your arm is getting a workout here too because you're guiding your leg. Okay, now we're going to stop and we're going to switch direction. Keep the core engaged. 3. And last one, and we're going to hold this one up here. Alright. Now we're going to walk the hands up a couple of the loops. And we're just going to work on going back and forth with the leg. Now again, if you can't bring your leg all the way up and you're down here, it's okay, you're working down here. So doing the same exercises just down below instead of being up above. Okay, and you feel very quickly the muscle in the leg that you're feeling, that's the psoas muscle. And it runs on the inside of the hip at the very back. And you're going to feel it's connected to the hip flexor. Those are the 2 muscles that are being activated when you do this. Alright? And again, just go where you can, and then with each stretch, in and out. While you're stretching here is the inner thigh and the outer thigh, which is called the IT band. Right? And these are the 2 that cause the knee pain and the sciatic nerve, lower back and the hip, the sciatic nerve. Alright, so we're very gently just working these out. Alright. And you're going to very gently come down to the other side. Let it windshield wiper down to the ground. Right, and on this side here, if you can't come all the way down to the ground, that's okay. You can use the strap to hold it up. You can use both hands to hold the leg. Okay, that's what the straps are for, so you can work up and down the loops. Okay, you can also put on the floor, you can put a yoga block or a pillow. And if you're close enough to the wall, you can actually just prop your foot up on the wall. That works too. I remember when I first started doing my my sciatic nerve stretches, I used the wall because I was in a very small, it was like an attic I was living in. It was very small and claustrophobic and didn't have a lot of room. The bed fit and that was it. There wasn't much room to walk around it. And so I propped my leg up. I laid on the bed and I did it. And I just propped my leg up on the wall. And 2 days within doing this stretch, I was up and walking around pain-free. And that's after being bedridden for a complete year. So that's why I know these work. And if you take the time to just breathe into them, and just allow the leg to stretch out, and then as your leg stretches out, that's when you let go of the strap and let the leg come down to the ground. Okay, now when I first started doing this, I couldn't get to the ground, so don't feel bad if you can't get down to the ground. And then we're going to pick that leg back up, and now we're going to go across the body, the opposite way. Alright, and again, you can use the strap to hold it up. The only thing you want to make sure you do is keep your shoulders on the ground. Don't roll your top part of your torso over. Alright, so you can use the strap to gently stretch the leg down. Again, keep the foot flexed, keep the legs engaged. Deep breath in and deep breath out. When you feel that tight tendon stretching down your leg. Now here you can prop underneath your foot. You can put a pillow or a block, or you can just hold it up in the air. You can do it in front of the wall. And again, you just want to keep your shoulder blades on the ground. It's okay if your hip rolls over. And then when you get down as far as you can, just do some nice deep breathing. And then from here, I want you to push your hip down to the back wall. So you're sitting up and then you roll it back down that way, just to get a little extra stretch in that hip. Alright, everything is squeezed tight here, abs, glutes, legs. Drop the hip back down, and we're going to slowly use that strap to bring the leg up. Alright, now we're going to pull the strap off, and I want you to switch legs. Yeah, you're going to do the same thing. So right leg is straight, left leg is up. And I'm going to start with those little tiny circles. Go your own pace here and go very slow. You don't want to rush yourself. Keep the leg engaged, the glutes engaged, the foot flexed. And we're going to switch direction. Alright, and then we're going to walk down one loop so the leg drops down. And you're going to very gently direction now. Last one, then we drop it down and we start to do that windshield wiper. Five, six, seven, and eight. And then we're going to slowly bring the leg down. You can hold it up there. Just keep your shoulder blades on the ground. Let the leg drop open. Okay, and then after 8 breaths or so, you're going to pick the leg up. And we're going to stretch the other side. Extend the arm. And just let the leg come over. Keep the legs engaged, glutes engaged, feet flexed. And again, push the hip down. And then slowly come back up. Alright, now we're going to let go of the strap. And I want you to bring your knees in to your chest. Flex your feet, point. And you should feel a huge difference in your hips. Right? Do this a couple of days in a row and you guys will notice a huge difference in your lower back pain, your sciatic nerve pain. This is the one that cures sciatic nerve. So just keep doing it until you stretch everything out and keep everything engaged. We're going to drop the knees down to the left side. Stretch the lower back. Keep the abdominals squeezed tight, the legs engaged. And one more, we're going to bring the legs up and drop over to the right side. And back to the center. And you kind of bring the legs down. And you kind of lift your toes up off the ground and stretch the back of your calves and the bottoms of your feet. And you can extend your legs out. Deep breaths in and out. Just take a couple minutes. Just relax your feet now. Bring your hands to the side. And just take a couple of deep breaths. And allow the body to settle. You did a lot of work there in the lower region, activating your root, your sacral, and your solar plexus, and just opening up the hip. When those areas are blocked and the legs are tight, you're going to have lower back pain, you're going to have sciatic nerve pain. So that's all I got for you for today's lesson. Bring your knees in and slowly rock up. And if you want, you can do a counter stretch, put your legs in butterfly pose, or even if you can't go down that far, and just lean forward. You're going to feel that in the lower back region. Bring your feet together and lean forward. And if you can't come all the way down, you can use your yoga blocks. Maybe you need one or two. You can use pillows or books. Maybe you're up here further. You can even put the chair in front of you and lean forward. And just letting that lower back open up. Okay? That's today's practice, you guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back tomorrow for some more floor activities. Bring your yoga blocks for tomorrow's class. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Keep stretching, everybody. And take a moment to be grateful to yourself for taking such good care of yourself, because just by doing these stretches, you guys are healing. And the only person that can do them is you. So be very grateful to yourself for taking time out to do your work that you need to do to heal yourself. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow.